Hello everyone! Now we have one of an amazing session. Okay, I'm Helstanescu.
And my name is Denisa Maria Cristea, and we are delighted to be here with you today in order to celebrate together the importance of cultural diversity. As we already know, traditions are part of our identity and are what defines us as unique. And that's the main reason for we need to promote and conserve them as well as we can. And that actually leads me to a further point, which is diversity. Without diversity, let's say, the world would be such a monotonous place because nobody could enjoy the beauty of cultural differences. And also, the different mentalities and the different insights which we possess are what keeps diversity alive. That being said, we aim through this amazing podcast to encourage to learn more about all the participating countries in the I3 new competition and to demonstrate the fact that through amazing stories, through beautiful stories, we can transcend language barriers and come together as a community.
Great speech, Denica. I like it so much. And yeah, you say a very interesting point. Every country has something very important to share. And for this, you are now together to show all of this. So, in other words, I propose to start with our first country to discuss. Do you agree?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so which is the first country for our discussion and also for our follows?
Okay, as far as I know, the first country participating in the I3 new competition is Brazil.
Wow, amazing. A country from the South America, right?
Yes.
What do you know about Brazil?
Let's say that the first thing that comes in my mind when I say Brazil is its vibrant culture, you know? And when I say vibrant culture,
Latino style, okay.
yes. And the first thing that comes in my mind is the samba music, you know? Like the vibe of the people, the way they dance, the way they spend time
Express
together.
themselves, their emotions.
Yes.
And okay, I'm sorry for this, but I am a boy, and when I'm talking about Brazil, it's the football time. World Cup, we are trying to do all of this. Now I think we should go to the next countries, am I right? And which one is after Brazil, where we are traveling now? Right now.
Okay, we are traveling right in Asia, and I'm referring to China.
Wow, China, Asia. What do you know exactly about Asia when I say this word, China?
Well, I think I can think about the Great Wall of China, you know, an amazing sight.
Ah, that one which we can see from the stratosphere outside of the globe, right?
Yes.
And also I think when we say China, it's about a lot of mathematics, a lot of engineering stuff. And for this, I want to congratulate all of the innovation which happened in China.
Yes, and that leads me to a further point. You know, China's are great inventors and they invented things like paper, printing, and even the compass.
Thank you for all of these innovations. Also, paper is very, very important, not only today, but also in the future, because we can start a little discussion about digitalization. It's also okay to keep the paper or not. Alright, and after China, where do you want to travel now in our beautiful podcast?
Okay, for now, we will be traveling right in Europe and in
Oh.
Croatia.
Croatia. Okay, I like. I was there last summer. It was amazing.
Really?
What about you?
Let's say that I also was in Croatia this summer, you know, and it was
Okay.
very beautiful.
Which city? Let's try to compare. Which city have you been? Which is the I was? Please. Which city?
I went to Dubrovnik.
Dubrovnik. I'm sorry I was in Zadar, but I think it's near the Adriatic Sea, but which I think is very, very popular for tourism in the summer, right?
Yes, and let me just say one thing about Dubrovnik.
Yeah.
Dubrovnik is actually an UNESCO World Heritage Site, so it's basically one of the most important tourist attractions, you know. So the next time we go to Croatia, I highly recommend you also to take a visit in Dubrovnik.
Okay, thank you very much for Dubrovnik, but also it's very important to talk about Zagreb, one of the most beautiful European city. And now I think from Europe you should take another flight to which country?
I will go right to Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are coming back to America.
Right.
Which type of America, please? So I think the south, right?
Yeah.
And what do you know about this interesting country? Because when I say Ecuador, it sounds so beautiful, in my opinion.
It sounds so
Ecuador.
beautiful, and at the same time, it sounds so natural. And I say natural because it has a lot of unique wildlife, like the islands, the Calabacas
Oh
Islands,
my God,
the
a lot of
Amazon.
turtles there,
Yeah.
right?
Also, the Amazon forest, the coastline, the Pacific coastline is also beautiful.
And I think one interesting fact about Ecuador is they have the one of the highest capital city in the world, and the name is, if I'm correct, please, is Quito.
Yes.
Quito, the capital of Ecuador, one of the most another interesting country from the South America.
And also recognized as an UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Amazing. I think we should leave South America to another interesting continent. What do you say?
I will say Africa, more exactly Egypt.
The pyramids?
Yeah.
Okay, I like this country. Okay, I didn't visit. Have you been there?
Not really, but I'm thinking about doing so.
Okay, why not? But what do you think? Do you see documentaries about Egypt?
Yes,
What do you can say about what you see in documentaries?
let's say that what really piqued my interest was the Great Pyramid of Giza and also the Great Things of Giza.
The pyramids, something that scientists are still thinking. It was aliens, it was humans, it was another thing. But I think this is the beautiful of researching, because also we are talking in an international competition, the researching, the scientific, and I think we should research more and more about pyramids, and also we can say about Egypt, the Nile,
Yes.
one of the biggest river in the world, and this type of river had a lot of history, like in biblical and other religions. Okay, from Egypt I think it's time to see another countries. What do you think?
Yes, I agree with that. And we are landing in Philippines.
Philippines, if I remember, is from Asia, something a little bit like China?
Yeah,
Near
that's right.
China?
Yes. It's a last Spanish colony,
Spanish? Why? It's about history, right?
Yeah. They were a
Okay.
Spanish colony, so basically they inherited a lot of elements from there.
Okay, can you give some elements specific? I don't know. I think they have very traditional things, because this that part of Asia, which are very popular with island traditions, like food, which can be prepared near an island. Right? Am I right?
Yeah.
And also, when we are talking about Philippines, I think one of the most interesting point is the capital, Manila,
Yeah.
one of the most populated capital in our world. And yeah, maybe
It
okay, I will make plans to visit this interesting country. What do you think?
I can say the same thing, and it's not only the amazing places that you can see there, but it's also the attitude of people. They are very kind, they are warm, and they are well known for their hospitality. So it actually made me a
It's
great
a-
idea to visit that place.
Is an ideal trip to this type of countries. And from Philippines, do you want to travel in another continent, or do you want to stay in Asia, still in Asia?
Just to be honest with you, I still want to stay in Asia for a bit and move to India.
India. Okay. Why do you want India? What is very interesting for you, India?
Let's say that as far as I know, India has a real rich and diverse tapestry. And one place that really stimulates my mind is the Taj Mahal. I really want to visit
One
that
of the
place.
biggest building in the world.
Yeah.
Let's say I think one of the new type of the wonderful miracle building of today, Taj Mahal.
Indeed.
Yeah. And also I think the culture,
Yes.
because a lot of diversity of religion, if I'm right. Also, when we are talking about India, fun fact, I think everybody when studying engineering will try to start to search on YouTube material, and there we can find a lot of theorems and a lot of scientific research published by Indians. So also we can say about this beautiful, amazing country that very developed, and also it is one of the powerful country in this world. Amazing country, and what do you say? Many people, when are thinking about India, also they are thinking to another country with similar pronunciation, but it is
It's not India, it's Indonesia.
Indonesia, another interesting country, but fun fact has a lot, but a lot island. I think this is type of country with the biggest number of islands.
Yeah, and that exactly leads me to the further point, a very beautiful place, which is Bali. You know?
I was also in Bali to an international competition.
And I also was in Bali for an international competition.
How was the experience there?
Oh, it was amazing.
Do you enjoy the competition? Do you want something?
Yes, hopefully I've received 2 gold medals.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Nice. And tell me more about the people, about the hospitality.
Let's say that people are great. Like they have a very beautiful attitude towards tourists. They are friendly. They are talkative. Like you can feel like home in Indonesia.
Like home.
Yeah.
Okay, but interesting thing. When I was in Indonesia, I see something very interesting. Okay, if the majority of the island are not so developed, like I don't know, countries from Europe, I think they are very nice guys. It doesn't matter that they don't have some much developed infrastructure. They try always to help you. It doesn't matter that they don't know English, they will also try to give you help. And this is, I think, one of the model characters for every country to try to help people which are from another countries to try to adapt to that homeland, new homeland, let's say.
Yes, they're definitely a role model which every country should follow.
Yeah, and I think after all of this amazing country, it will be time to have some rest, some 5-10 minutes. Also, it's a good time to process all of this interesting information, and see you after a short break. Thank you, and see you in 5-10 minutes. back to our interesting podcast, and we hope you enjoy until now. And let's see what we prepared for the next session of today. So, which country do you propose now, Denise?
Let's say that we'll talk a little bit about Iran.
Iran.
Yeah.
Okay. So from Indonesia, we are still remaining to in Asia to Iran. Okay, you propose Iran. Why?
I proposed Iran because it has a rich history, like they date back from ancient times.
Persian Empire.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they have very many contributions to art, science, and philosophy.
Exactly. I remember from the Persian Empire they have a lot of astronomical scientists, also a lot of mathematics. And what is very interesting when I say Iran, I'm thinking about some great empire like Darius the First and Darius the Second. And we can say they have a lot of interesting facts. And another thing, what do you think? Maybe the capital, Tehran, is another interesting city which people can visit because they have a lot of monumental buildings.
That's right. And besides their rich history, besides the beautiful things that you can see here, it's also their natural resources they are very well known for. I'm referring to their oil and natural gas resources, which basically makes them stand out in their continent.
Yeah, you are right. It's also important to promote countries with their amazing resources. And also, what do you think about Iran? I think also in the scientific part they are so amazing, right?
Yeah, they are well developed.
Exactly. And if now I want to go from Iran, what do you think it can be another beautiful country where which we can go?
Okay, we will go farther and to
Yeah.
another continent, that being European continent, and the country that I'm referring to is North Macedonia.
North Macedonia.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I like it so much the flag of North Macedonia, which is with orange and yellow. They are in a great chromatic, let's say.
And very bright colors, right?
Yeah, exactly. About how to be brave, how to be right, and also how to promote your country, which is so important, like what we are doing today about cultural taste.
Yes.
Another thing I think about North Macedonia, in my opinion, I think everybody knows their history. Maybe some people, when thinking about North Macedonia, are thinking about Greek. It's not the same because they also had some famous empire, like Alexander the Great, one of the biggest empire in this world, in the history. Sometimes their empire was one of the most important in the world. I think bigger than the Roman Empire in that part because they increased that empire until to Asia, to India. So they are so rich in history and also in the scientific part with a lot of organization which try to make research in many areas.
And it's not only the research part, it's not only the history, but it's also their sites that you can see there.
Yeah.
And one UNESCO place is Lake Ohrid.
Amazing. Also, I think the capital city, Skopje, it's another interesting point for the tourist part because they remain a lot of history places. Now, from Europe, I think we can go back to Asia, am I right?
Yeah.
Which
And the next
country?
country that we're talking about is Malaysia.
Okay, what do you know about Malaysia? Why do you propose Malaysia right now from North Macedonia?
Well, let's say that we haven't talked so much about religion diversity, and I think that now it's time to talk about religion diversity.
Okay.
And Malaysia really stands out for this. Like, it's a combination between Buddhism, Hinduism.
Yes, I heard about this religion. Can you give me some details? Or maybe another interesting fact? That part?
Let's say that there are not so many differences between Buddhism and our religion in which we believe in.
Alright.
But Buddhism, in comparison to our religion,
Yeah.
you don't have to believe in something. It's like more the moral principles that are more important.
They promote the ethical facts.
Yes,
Let's say.
and not so much the divine, but the moral principles that you have to follow in order to be a good citizen.
It is something like the rules how to have a healthy life.
Yeah.
Not only physical but also spiritual.
Yes.
Because I think there is about the spirituality part, right?
Of course.
Amazing. What another thing about Malaysia do you know?
Malaysia is also a well-developed country. I mean, it can be considered an economic hub
Yeah.
because of its industry in electronics and also its tourism. It's developed, and it's also well known for palm oil production.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, these three things that I've just mentioned make Malaysia stand out in its continent.
Yeah, Malaysia it's also another interesting country which I recommend you to visit. And for Malaysia, I think we can have a flight because I think it's also possible on water, but there's a lot of days or months using water. But we can go with a plane, let's say 36 hours, maybe Mexico,
Yes. Mexico.
another Latino country.
Mexico is so well known for its festivities and celebrations. I really like Mexico not only because of their traditions, and their customs, but more for the mentality of the people. The people are amazing. They are very optimistic. They are real extroverts. Like you can.
Yeah, when we say Mexico, actually say about parties.
Yes.
Also, you can say about piñata. Also, you can say about a lot of amazing sports like football. I think everybody know about Mexico footballers like Ochoa, a very famous goalkeeper.
Yes.
Okay, what do you want to say more about Mexico?
I will continue by saying some celebrations that I feel like they are some sort of unique
Yeah.
and maybe may seem strange in Europe, and that is the Dia de los Muertos. No,
Okay.
like the Day of the Dead, when
Okay.
where they
Okay.
paint the skeletons, and they celebrate the people that.
It's a little bit like Halloween, am I right?
Yes.
But is more specific for that part of the continent.
Let's say it's a Mexican Halloween because.
Yeah, we can say Mexico Halloween, but there are a lot of more specific tradition because because also when we are talking about another country, they also respect the dead person. let's
That's
say.
true.
But yeah, this is tradition, and we should respect and also why not to promote more and more. Now, if we are thinking about the next country, we can say about another continent. So from America, we are going to another.
We're landing right in Africa and we're going to Nigeria.
Nigeria. It's very interesting because it's near the sea.
Yeah.
So we can say it's not a typical African country where is a lot of sun. Okay, sun, but also we have the sea near, and this is the best thing.
Yes. The landscapes I can say that are amazing due to the fact that they have sea. You can enjoy very beautiful landscapes. And it's not only the landscapes that you can enjoy when you go to Nigeria, but it's also its rich tapestry of traditions, its rich tapestry of languages. And
They are so practical, if I remember.
yeah.
Also, this country has a very interesting flag with white and green, which I think it's about the purity, the how to be right, and also green because I think they are very one of the green part of the Africa.
Yes.
Okay, from this amazing country, I propose to come back to Asia, if
Yes.
you want. And okay, we talk about uh, a lot of countries, but now I think it's time for Pakistan.
That's right.
What do you want to say about Pakistan?
Let's say that you have talked about football and sports, you know.
Yeah.
But when I say Pakistan, I don't know if you know this, but they are very recognized for playing cricket. They
Cricket?
love, yes,
Okay.
they love playing cricket.
More than England, people from England. let's say.
I can't guarantee you that, but in Asia, they are very well known for cricket.
I think they are World Cup champions about cricket, maybe.
Yes.
All right. Another things about this interesting country, which is same like Nigeria flag with white and green,
Yes, white and green.
and also the capital is, if I remember, Islamabad.
Yeah.
From here, I think we can go to another beautiful country, one which I'm so proud to be here, to live here, and this is Romania. It's an interesting country, and I'm so proud to be a Romanian citizen. What about you?
Romania, my home country, I can say the same thing. I'm also proud of being part of this beautiful and unique country. And I will start by saying, as if I said in the last countries that we presented, it's not only the sights or the places that you can see there,
Yeah.
but it's also the mentality and how is our attitude. And I'm proud to be Romanian because we are very hardworking people, you know. And besides being hardworking people, we are also known for our hospitality, you know, like
Yeah, about tourism. You say hospitality. And I want to make a connection about what are you wearing. A very beautiful Romanian traditional jacket, am I right? Or it is
yes,
long t-shirt, let's say, or jacket.
it's our
We
traditional
are calling
custom.
IE. And yeah, we have using green, we have also with red, and we are so proud to wear it in traditional moments.
Thank you so much.
Also, it was our national day on the 1st December, and I think to fly from our homeland to another country, one which is very, very rich, Saudi Arabia. What do you say?
Saudi Arabia. You know, like I've said, it's one of the most developed country. It's well known for its large economy in the Middle East because they're basically oil experts.
Yeah.
And
World leader, we can say,
Yes.
about oil.
that's true. And besides this economical development, I'm thinking about the desert landscape, you know, from there.
Yeah, it's unique because, okay, also we saw in Africa, but in Saudi Arabia, I think is the synonym with the desert.
Yes. I wish we had also desert in Romania, but unfortunately that's not possible.
It's not possible now. We'll see what's happened with the climate change in the future as a joke. And yeah, also we recommend Saudi Arabia. It's an interesting country with a lot of developed economy. And for here, I think it's time to come back in Europe, but not to our homeland, to talk a little bit about our southern neighbors, Serbia.
That's right.
Okay, what do you know about Serbia? First of all, maybe the capital, which is
Belgrade, right?
Very nice, good, I like it. And about Belgrade, we can say they have a lot of interesting universities. And because we are in a privilege of in the scientific competitions about research, about science, I think we should add some words about one of the most important person about this category, Nikola Tesla. One of the most Serbian character which develop a lot the ideas of computer science, the idea of telecommunication, discovering Wi-Fi and a lot of stuff like that. And it's very interesting that we're our neighbors with Romanians, right?
Yes.
And for Serbia, which is very popular, I think to go back to Asia, right?
Yes, but when I say Asia, okay, we say Malaysia, we went to Pakistan, but for now it's time for Singapore.
I was there during a time when I should change a flight, but
Really?
it was very nice because from that period I understand the stereotype. They are so popular for hospitality,
I see.
this type of country.
So they are well known for this hospitality.
Yes, for hospitality. Okay, it's a small country, but the people had a big heart, and I think it's very nice. This idea.
I might like to add that even though they are a small country, they are very developed. I mean, as long as I know, they are considered to be one of the four tigers in Asia.
Right.
Yes, because of the high developed and diverse economy. So I think they might should be actually considered a role model, you know. And all these high developed economy, I think, comes from the pragmatism of the people, you know, because the people are very intelligent, because they can be very rational, they can achieve these great things, you know.
Yeah, I think when a lot of brains come together, they can develop to make something amazing. So in Romanian language, we have a code something like two brains think are better than one brain. So it's amazing. And now another country from Asia, I propose Taiwan.
Oh,
What do you say? Do you like Taiwan or do you want to move on?
no, no, no. So many beautiful memories link me to Taiwan.
Yeah.
I made a friend from Taiwan
I
actually.
have also friends from Taiwan. I
Yes.
think we have a common friend from our competitions.
Yui, if you hear us, we really, really miss you.
Take a greetings from Romania.
Okay, and about Taiwan, Taiwan being an island, you know, I think it's a very beautiful, very, very beautiful country. And it's not only this, but it's also the influences that it got, you know,
Influences which I got. Okay.
like Chinese, Japanese, this kind of combination, you know,
Mhm.
and
A mix of similar cultures, but they are the final product, let's say. But this is amazing because I know they have a strong economy.
yes,
If,
that's right.
am I
They
right?
have one of the most strongest economy, and
Also, a lot of interesting culture things like the religion, the traditions.
yes.
Okay, and for Taiwan, I think it's time to go to Africa. And this type of country from Africa, it can be Tunisia.
Tunisia, right.
What do you know about Tunisia?
Well, I had a very beautiful trip to Tunisia actually
Yeah.
in March.
I was twice in Tunisia.
You were twice.
Yeah, and I think in the future it will be the third time, but I will see what's happened in the future.
That is great to hear.
What do you visit in Tunisia?
Okay, I will begin by saying Medina of Tunis, also an UNESCO heritage, you know.
Okay.
I was really impressed with what I saw there, you
Okay,
know.
if we are talking about Medina, so they are very, very popular Islam country.
Yeah.
All right. And
But what really piqued my interest and what I found most amazing was Sidi Bouzaid, you know, for
Sidi Bou Said, Sidi the son of Sidi Bou Said, Sidi son of the Said, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to say about this beautiful place?
I like their architecture and more importantly, I liked, you know, the colors, white and
White
blue.
and blue, yeah.
Yes, I think it's so harmonious, you know, like white purity
Yeah.
and blue being the sky and the sea, you know,
Yeah, don't
the
forget
water.
to mention that they are near the Mediterranean part.
Yes.
So let's say, if we are talking the history part, they have some common part with Greek,
Yeah.
because they are very similar with Acropolis, this
That's
part
right.
of the country. And not the least, when we are talking about Tunisia, we can say they have also interesting but smaller Colosseum.
Oh,
In
yes.
El Gem, it's not so much like the same with from Rome, from Italy, but they has also there we can feel the history part of the Colosseum.
May I ask you, did you visit the Colosseum?
Yes, I was to LGM twice again, and it
Okay.
was very interesting because, okay, a lot of stones, but you can feel the emotions when you are climbing all these stages, and also it's a beautiful view from up
I
to
see.
see the part of the city.
That is great to hear. Now I
And,
think it's
yeah.
enough for Tunisia.
We are talking about Islam, another interesting country, which
That
is
is,
very popular Islam. I think is Turkey.
Yes, that is right.
I was also in Turkey.
Oh,
What
that's
about you?
great. I was also in Turkey.
Where have you been?
I have go to the sea, and I haven't visited so much because I'm more kind of staying at a beach, enjoying the places, the water, swimming.
Summertime, a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for example, I was in Antalya.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I think it's very popular for tourists, world tourists when it's summer, but also when it's winter. And also they have a lot of rich history with the Ottoman Empire and a lot of stuff like this. But also they are very famous in researching part.
Yes.
And for him, I think it's time to go to Vietnam, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, from Asia, we are still staying in Asia, but in a more Asian part than Turkey. And what do you want to talk about Vietnam? Okay, the flag is with yellow and red.
So the red flags, the
Red, so
Red?
the majority is red,
Okay.
but with some stars, if I'm right, in the top,
okay.
left top.
Oh, on the left top.
Yes, of the flag.
I see. What might be the symbolism of red? Like,
I think it's about how to be brave. And also, I think we can talk about the patriotism, that
Oh,
red.
yes,
and
that is linked to.
also yellow can be about spirituality. And it's very important also they promote work ethic and a lot of stuff like this. So I think we can make a break
Yeah.
and see you in another next meals. Thank you very much and see you later in some 5 minutes. Welcome back to the last part of our interesting session in the cultural night. I think now I'm audible, sorry for this technical problem, and welcome back to the last part of this session, interesting session about promoting another and a lot of countries.
Our
Interesting
esteemed
taste.
participants, now, after the break, let's talk a little bit about Georgia. Georgia being also one of the participating countries in this amazing event. Okay, so when I say Georgia, the first thing that I'm thinking about is the natural beauties, like the mountains, the coastal areas, and also their forests.
Alright, but for example, when I say Georgia, I'm thinking to their beautiful, amazing flag. Okay, first it's about the colors, red and white. But interesting thing about the flag, they have five red cross, one in the center and four in the edge of each edge of the flag. And I think it can be a very interesting fact about this because they are very, very religious. And it is amazing. Also, we can say about Georgia, their beautiful capital, Tbilisi. Tbilisi is very interesting because they have a lot of history, and also when we are talking about Georgians, we can say they have a lot of amazing dancing. Not only group dancing, but also solo dancing. Not only for women, but also for men. And this is very interesting. And about dancing and music, we are talking a little bit more in some moments. But until then, we should talking about our last country, the homeland, our homeland, Romania, the country which organized this competition, I Train You, and also the homeland of this amazing organization, New World Education Romanian Association, which we want to thank you a lot for this opportunity, not only for us, but only for all the participants who came here to show their amazing presentation. But now we are in the cultural session, so let's talk a little bit about Romanians in the context of this period, December.
Okay.
Please.
So we're in December, right? And the first thing that comes in my mind is Saint Nicholas Day, that was actually celebrated earlier on
Earlier
6th.
on 6th December,
Yes,
ladies
that's
and
right.
gentlemen.
And the bit about this very important tradition is that children receive small gifts and sweet from Saint Nicholas.
Yeah.
But it's also the importance of the religiosity.
Yes, it's also about the religions, the ethical values about how to give something, not only to receive something.
That's right.
And I think it's very beautiful. So this is one of the first holidays in the December. After it will come another more in common holidays, not only in Romania but also in another many countries, which
Recognized worldwide, which is Christmas Eve, of course.
as you can see also now we have the Christmas tree.
Yes.
We hope that you enjoy this beautiful, amazing Christmas tree. And what we can say about Christmas in Romania? Can you describe us a little bit?
Yes, of course. Well, Christmas has also a religious importance for us. And why it's important is because that families gather together, they spend time together and celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. It's also we are also recognized for our traditional dishes. One of the most popular being sarmale. I think that every Romanian is fond of sarmale, and yes, this is very common for us. And another special thing about this period of the year is also the caroling, because we sing carols, we go to home and make sure to celebrate this event in a specific traditional way, that being carols.
Yeah, until the carols, I want to say something because, okay, we are in the period when we should reflect about us. And for this, I think it's the time to thanks to persons, the community, which also help this contest to be happen. And one of the partners, which we should to thank you a lot, is the National College Nikita Stănescu from Ploiești, which give us the places, which give us some of the judges, which give us a lot of opportunities for our, let's say, community of New Era Association. And for this, we want to thank you a lot to Nikita Stănescu National College from Ploiești, and also to the principal of Nikita Stănescu, Miss Carmen Arceșanu. And also, we should thanks to the president of New Era organization, which is also from Nikita Stănescu National College, Miss Oana Farkas, which try to make all of this happen, and for this we try to thanks a lot. So, after the period of Thanksgiving, let's say in Romanian part, not only in America, we come back to the Christmas, and when we are talking about holidays, it's also about traditional part, about the carols. And I think because it is about podcast interculturality, to have some fun. Dennis, I'm sorry, I'm not very good to sing. What about you? You are a good singer or not?
I will try to be, but I think it's the intention that matters, you know? Like when you try to do something, and more specifically when you try to do something special,
Okay.
it's your intention that matters and not only your talent to do that thing.
Okay, so one question. Do you trust me to have a try live on YouTube, on Facebook, to have a trying of carols? Do you trust me?
I trust you with all my heart.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, now we will have a karaoke session. Please enter to the vibe of one of the most interesting carol in Romania. Sorry, but we will try in our native language, so in Romanian. The name is in Romanian Dom Dom să înălțăm, which the translating of God, oh God, we will rise to you. So,
We're going to start in 3,
3, 2,
2,
1, go! Am plecat să colindăm, dom, dom, să înălțăm, când boierii nu-s acasă, dom, dom, să înălțăm. Come on! Când boierii nu-s acasă, dom, dom, să înălțăm. Și-au plecat la vânătoare, dom, dom, să înălțăm, să vâneze căprioare, dom, dom, să înălțăm. Come on! Să vâneze căprioare, dom, dom, să înălțăm. Căprioare!
Okay, I will start
Now
singing
we're not,
alone,
dom,
okay?
dom, să înălțăm. Please, is your turn, please.
Okay, thank you very much.
Și-au vânat un iepuraș, please, 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 please. Oh God, oh God, oh God, let's rise to your side. And now the next one.
Să facă din plana lui Dom, Dom să înălțăm, veșmânt frumos Domnului, Dom, Dom să înălțăm, veșmânt frumos Domnului, Dom, Dom să înălțăm, Dom, Dom să înălțăm, Dom, Dom să înălțăm.
Thank you very much. This was our carol. We hope you enjoy, and now I think it's time to ending this session. Thank you for your audience. This was the cultural part of I3 competitions. Thanks for all the partners. Thanks for all the committee, and we hope to see you to the awarding ceremony. Have a great day, morning, evening, and see you in the good way. Bye bye.
Bye guys!
Bye bye.